There's an unwritten rule in Las Vegas. No one looks the waitress in the eye. Players stare at the drinks, the outfits, the tray, but never the person holding it. To them, she's background noise, an NPC, a robot delivering alcohol. But that blindness became the most expensive mistake the biggest casinos in the world ever made. Because Sarah Jenkins was not a robot. She was a human tape recorder with 22 years of intel. She had served drinks from Circus to the Bellagio high-limit lounge. 2 decades of being invisible. 2 decades of listening. And on one quiet Tuesday night in 2011, she heard something that would change her life and Las Vegas forever. Sarah was cleaning a VIP table when 2 drunk executives sat nearby, the VP of marketing and a risk analyst. The VP slammed his drink down. "We need whales, Mike. If we don't get someone to bet 10 million before Friday, Wall Street will eat us alive," the analyst warned him. A 20% loss rebate flips the mathematical edge. "The player wins, I don't care," the VP snapped. "If someone brings 5 million, I'll sign it." Sarah kept wiping the table, but her mind was racing. She wasn't a mathematician, but she knew perfect blackjack only gave the house a 0.5% edge. A 20% rebate didn't just reduce the edge, it gave the player the advantage. A money printer if you had the bankroll. Sarah didn't, but she knew someone who could pretend to. That night, Sarah went to a dingy downtown bar. At the counter sat Arthur, a former Wall Street broker turned alcoholic after the 2008 crash. He was broke, but he still had the posture, vocabulary, and arrogance of a millionaire. "Arthur," she said, "stop drinking. We have work." She showed him her life savings to $100,000 scraped together through loans and collateral. Not enough to be a whale, but enough to look like one. The next night, Arthur walked into the Bellagio in a rented tuxedo that made him look like old money. Sarah served drinks, pretending not to know him. Arthur staged a loud phone call. "I have 10 million liquid. MGM is offering me 15% back. If Bellagio won't give me 20%, I'm flying to Macau." The VP heard it. He took the bait instantly. Within minutes, Arthur was offered a $5 million line of credit, custom blackjack rules, a 20% loss rebate, all based on forged documents and desperation. Sarah and Arthur had a secret system. Napkin facing Arthur minimum bet. Napkin facing dealer maximum bet. Water stand. Alcohol hit. Sarah controlled the game from her tray. Arthur intentionally lost early to look like a reckless amateur. Then, when Sarah signaled, he raised bets to the maximum $50,000 per hand, 2 hands at a time. Sarah wasn't counting cards. She was reading the dealer, a man she had watched for years. She knew his fatigue tells. She knew how he lifted the card to high when checking for blackjack. She even saw reflections on the metallic chip tray. Arthur played like a machine. He won back his losses. Then he won millions. By dawn, he cashed out $4.2 million. Casinos talk. Sarah knew she couldn't repeat the same trick. But she also knew something else. A maintenance tech had once mentioned that shuffling machine 4 jammed when using bar red border cards, leaving the last 20 cards unshuffled. If you know the last 20 cards of one shoe, you know the first 20 of the next. Sarah recruited Kenji, a valet from the Rio with an eidetic memory and MIT-level math skills. Kenji played at the defective table, memorized the final cards, and waited for the machine to jam. When it did, he unleashed maximum bets, tie bets, player bets, perfect predictions. Security swarmed him. He played dumb. "It's the dragons," he smiled. The technician lied to protect his job. The casino couldn't prove anything. Kenji cashed out $8.5 million. Sarah paid him $2 million and sent him to Japan. She kept the rest. The Wynn was different. Paranoid. Elite. Unbeatable. So Sarah didn't attack the games. She attacked the currency system. She learned that if a player deposited euros, the casino had to cash them out at the original exchange rate even if the market crashed. Sarah knew a major ECB announcement was coming. She hired Arthur again, this time as a Middle Eastern prince. They spent $500,000 staging the illusion entourage, Ferraris, fake transfers. Arthur deposited €10 million at an exchange rate of 1 point for dollar.